Hi there. Welcome to the opening video for the Journaling Workbook for Friends and Loved Ones of People with Acquired Brain Injury. My name is Jill Grumbach. I'm the founder of Holistic Journaling, and I'm a certified journaling instructor and beneficial journaling educator. I'm honored to partner with Brain Injury Canada to bring you information about journaling in the hope that you can use it for self-care and as a life tool, just as you would exercise, nutrition, yoga, meditation, and mindfulness. In this video, together, we'll briefly go over some of the information that you'll find in the front of the workbook. This video will help familiarize you with journaling. It will help you learn about the importance of telling your story and to understand how to use the workbook. Just by accessing this journaling workbook, you have chosen to tell your story of supporting and caregiving for a loved one with acquired brain injury and its effects on your life. This is an important step to help you understand, make sense of, and process how this has affected and perhaps continues to affect your life. And I do understand how important this process is, because a few years ago, my husband suffered a traumatic brain injury. The effect on my life and the lives of our children was profound and complicated. So I know your story deserves to be told, and it can be part of your healing. So let's get right to it. What is journaling and what are the rules? So I'd like you to take a deep, deep breath. Breathe in through your nose and then hold it as long as you can. And then exhale with some gusto through your mouth, like this. You feel your shoulders relax, your body relax, that moment of calm at the end of the exhale. This exhale, that type of exhale, is a great description of journaling. Journaling is a healthy release. It's the act of freely expressing yourself. It's the opportunity to be 100% you, exactly who you are at any given time of your life. A journal can and should be your safe place, a private record of your most honest and raw thoughts, feelings, experiences, and observations. Perhaps the best part of journaling is that there are no rules. Let go of all of your grammar lessons that you had in school and just let that ink flow or your fingers fly on the keyboard. The only thing that we do suggest is that you date every entry that you make into your journal. This is so that when you look back on your journal, you'll have some context of time and place. And by the way, looking back on journals helps you see progression and revisit lessons that you've learned or see other things that you'd like to work on or perhaps process. There are several ways to journal, and the most recommended one is to journal by hand, but you can also use your computer. You can use an app on your phone or even a video or a voice recording. Again, one of the most important parts of journaling is the freedom to be exactly who you are at any given time in your life journey. But there are lots of benefits to journaling that you can read about in this workbook. And perhaps one of the main ones, one of the main benefits is the value of expressing yourself as honestly as possible and the relief that comes from getting things out or letting things go. So the journaling workbook focuses on telling your story. Why is that? One of the best ways to know and understand the events of our lives and their impact is by using this centuries-old, uniquely human and innate skill that we all have, storytelling. This journaling workbook is intended to help you tell a story from your perspective. The journaling workbook is your truth. And we hope that it will act as an aid in your mental, physical, and emotional well-being. So, how does storytelling support your well-being? Well, when a loved one experiences a brain injury, whether mild, traumatic, or non-traumatic, it impacts your life. Your world can change a lot or a bit. You can experience day-to-day life in a way that is completely different from what you used to know, or you may just simply miss a friend and the way that friend used to be. There's a great deal to make sense of, and science and research tell us that forming a story helps you understand your experiences and yourself. Telling your story via journaling supports your well-being because the act of converting emotions and images into words changes the way you think and organize your thoughts. Once an experience has structure and meaning, it would follow that the emotional effects of that experience are more manageable for you, giving you greater control over your life and yourself. You'll find much more information in this workbook about why journaling, sometimes it's called expressive writing, can work to help you improve your mental, physical, and emotional health. But speaking of emotions related to our stories, we really want you to be comfortable and at ease with this workbook. However, we know telling your story may sometimes be upsetting or bring up really strong feelings. So we've strived to help you recognize and be aware of how journaling is making you feel. And importantly, we've provided you with a support plan and suggested actions that you can take when you feel these strong emotions. For example, some of the actions: simply stop journaling, leave your journaling for a period of time, or maybe better yet, skip to another section of the workbook that's a little bit easier for you to write about at the time that you're sitting down to write. We've also provided you with a place to note what causes you to have strong reactions and to seek ways to tackle or tame them. In this workbook, we provide what in journaling lingo we call prompts. A prompt is the beginning of a sentence and then has a dot, 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 or a question for you to consider and answer. These help guide you and structure your story. You'll see many places in this workbook that we prompt you to write about what you discover and what you're grateful for. I know that some days it can really be challenging to find anything that you're grateful for, but a friend and colleague of mine, Deborah Ross, tells us in her book, Your Brain on Ink, that it's important to overwrite negativity in our brain, to look for those positive thoughts. She says, seeking a positive outcome of your experience, such as a life lesson learned, a positive quality that's developed, and holding that in the foreground while letting the negative experience move to the background is extremely helpful. In doing this, we give more focus to the positive than we do the negative, which can be a tremendous help on your new life journey. As I mentioned, you'll find lots more information for you at the front of the workbook. After you review it, you can get into the business of telling your story. We've organized the workbook for you in sections. It starts with the cause of the brain injury and the events that immediately followed, how you found out, what you did first, etc. Then it moves into the rehabilitation journey. You can talk about your role in it, or also talk about perhaps even your rehabilitation as you're processing what's taken place. And then we move forward into the new normal that is either forming or has already formed for you. So you can write your story in the suggested order here, or jump around the workbook and find prompts that might be easier, as we've said before here, or might fit your mood on any given day. But we really do encourage you to finish the entire workbook to get the most benefit out of it. So congratulations for using this incredible life tool in your journey of experiencing a loved one with acquired brain injury. I'd like to leave you with a quote from the book, Write Your Heart Out by Rebecca McClanahan. To name the world in your own terms, to tell your own story, as an act of authority and power. When you write, you are saying in effect, I have a voice, I have a story, and this is what I have to say.